This Japanese single coil bass pickup came in for a rewind, but upon removing the tape around the coil and performing a closer inspection, I found it didn't need a rewind at all. The start lead was simply disconnected. To repair the pickup, I took a fresh piece of 42 gauge magnet wire with a solderable polyurethane coating and tied a knot around the exposed broken magnet wire from the pickup coil. Tying a knot with the magnet wire can be a bit tricky to say the least. I recommend taping one end of the magnet wire down so you can hold it taut while tying the knot with the other end. It's still very finicky work, but taping one end of the magnet wire down makes it a lot easier. Then applying some flux onto a sewing pin and holding it underneath the knot, I touched the knot with a tin soldering iron set to around 750 degrees Fahrenheit or about 400 degrees Celsius. For good measure, I tied 2 more knots with the fresh piece of magnet wire for reinforcement, then repeated the tinning process. I didn't tie a double or triple knot originally, as you can only pull the magnet wire so taut without breaking it, and as you can see from the macro photograph, it doesn't secure snugly around the original wire. So I had to secure the first knot with solder before adding a couple more. However, you can see here that even just a single knot with a careful fluxing and tinning can result in a very clean and stable splice as well. I've since gone to using a single knot, and I believe this to be not only perfectly adequate, but much less of a hassle. The gaps in the knot will wick up solder and create a stable, permanent connection between the original broken magnet wire lead and the new magnet wire lead spliced onto it. I clipped the ends using these Tsunoda MC125 mini cutters. They do a great job of cutting extremely fine wire, which other less precise cutters can struggle with. Then it's time to hold on to the hookup lead wire, also known as the pigtail, with a pair of tweezers. I'll hold it in place while I carefully tie the newly spliced piece of magnet wire around the stripped lead of the pigtail over and over again until it's ready to flux and tin. With the lead repaired, I'll put a layer of black cloth electrical tape down on the coil, then sandwich both pigtails individually between that and another layer of tape on top, then wrap the entire coil in Kapton tape for extra security so this problem never happens again. Once I patched this one up, I threw it on the LCR meter and USB oscilloscope with my Ken Wilmot integrator to record all the specs. Be sure to check out my video, Complete Guitar Pickup Testing, on my pickup building, rewinding, testing, and repair playlist for more information. As for another splicing method, in 2 past videos I've made, namely my Seymour Duncan guitar pickup repair and how to splice magnet wire videos, I demonstrated how you can simply hold a new piece of magnet wire on top of and parallel to the original broken wire, add a little flux, and touch them with a tin soldering iron to splice them together. However, what I'll dub the knot splice offers an alternative solution when parallel splicing would be too tricky or even impossible. It has a much quicker learning curve, will always work as long as there's enough wire exposed to tie a knot around, and it very well might become my new go-to method for such repairs. As always, stay tuned for more guitar everything, right here on Guitar MD.